institutions across the country yearly turn out thousands of graduates into the larger society, which is obvious in the number of batches and streams the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) operates, leading to accumulation of qualified candidates in the labor market chasing few jobs. This level of unemployment among the educated and uneducated is what prompted the Catholic Archdiocese of Calabar, in collaboration with HIFA, meaning Help for the Poor and the Indigent Austria, to establish a Skills Acquisition Center. HIFA SPC Skills Acquisition Center trains young people free of charge despite political, ethnic, or religious background in various areas, which include mechanics, electrical electronics, metal and welding, computer information technology, acoustic and woodwork. Organizers narrate the success story of the center and appeal for government partnership to impact more lives positively.
Tell you that 2/3 of those who come in to benefit from the training are not Catholics. They are gotten from everywhere you can think of, different churches along the street. It takes nothing to help someone to grow, but it takes love and passion, and we have love and passion.
I'm very, very happy for the graduates. They've come here to acquire new skills. They didn't have to pay for it, and what they demonstrated here is very, 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 very exciting.
So our high request to government is, please help us to empower these young ones so that their living in the society will be meaningful.
I'm glad to be able to teach teachers who will teach more and practically and theoretically.
Certificates were presented to graduates with excellent performance, while there were goodwill messages from the Ministry of Education and the Austrian delegation.
We have come along with representatives from Austria who are helping and co-sponsoring the activities that are going on in this HIFA Center. And we welcome the students, that God may bless them in whatever skills training they put their hands or minds to. May all who are gathered here in the name of advancing themselves, may they accomplish that task. May those who have already finished their program, may they go out into the world better people than they came in on the day they started their program here. May those who are here at present to start a new program, may they be blessed in their hands and in their head, that they may be able to follow and listen and accomplish and take into themselves the new skills that they want to learn. May their teachers be blessed too with God's Spirit to lead them wisely and well. And may this gathering to open the program, may it be a source of unity and peace among all of us. We make this prayer through Christ our Lord.
Amen. Dear friends in Christ, we gather to celebrate this epoch-making event on this first day of July to the glory of God for the good of humanity. And in celebrating this day, we give thanks to God Almighty for all His benefits to us and for all that we have derived from His goodness. In celebrating this day as we gather, we give thanks to many people who have contributed to the beginning, the takeoff, and the sustainability of this center. Thanks to the then Executive Secretary of Catholic Schools Board, Right Reverend Monsignor Emmanuel Omato, and thanks also to the then Chairman of Catholic Schools Board, Lady Josephine Oga. I am happy they are alive and they are here today. Monsignor told me immediately, Father, Catholic School Board will not be able, and even the Archdiocese to carry this big dream. But I have a group, I am president, and that is HIFA Cross River State. Then Monsignor Normanto was president. And he said, I will liaise with those in Austria, and I will invite them to come and see what we have on ground. And then I will write and request that they should partner with us and we can make this place a training center. I told him, thank you, Monsignor. It did not take 3 weeks, and Monsignor arrived with one tall man, elegantly looking, and I was wondering, I said, is he the only one from Austria? What is even his name? And I was told his name is Engineer Uwe Kraus. When he arrived in 2011, we had some few tools. They were old. And I told him, I used this word, see what we have. They cannot do anything. They are obsolete. And he said, no, they are not obsolete. They are old, but they are good. This made a very big impression in my mind. And I said, oh, even those things we think are old may not necessarily be obsolete. So I told him, okay, they are old, but we can still work with them. And when he was going, he said, we will come again in a team. We will bring some machines to help. And we will train you so that you can train others. 1 year past 2012, we were still working. We had started then the soap production unit, welding center, and we were packaging oil. That year, 2012, we won the best farmer of the year in Cross River State, and we won the best technology school and center in Cross River State. But our friends were not coming. Then 2013, they arrived. Engineer Ove with 2 others. For the first time they sat down, they taught us in this center. But we did not see exactly which direction they were going to go with us. But one thing I remember, they told us, Father, meet Monsignor, draw a program and make curriculum for learning, because we will come again next year, and when we come, we'd like to see what you have done. By June 2014, when Uwe came again, he came with Mr. John, whom we done his name John Shield, we done and call him John the Beloved. He is here seated before us. And when he came, he did not know how to speak English. And he was trying to understand us. Another man who came also after with him was one man who is sitting beside him, Mr. Thomas Stulik. Put your hands together for him. When he arrived in Nigeria, he was better off in English than Mr. John. And so he became the interpreter. When he speaks, and we understand a little he spoke in English, and he will tell John what we said, and John will speak to him, and he will tell us what John is saying. But language did not allow or did not disturb our communication and our work. Even the second batch of students, and those who later came in 2015, 2016, they learned with ease, because they have a beautiful way of communicating, even when they don't understand English fluently, and they don't speak, they don't understand perfectly English, and they don't speak it fluently. They have a wonderful way of communicating with their hands and their actions. Thank you for not being discouraged because you did not understand English. Now after a few years, you have done a lot better. Put your hands together for them. They did so well by taking some of us, 3 of us, in 2017 for training in Austria. And that gave us each Father John Leo Udo, Father Dominic Umar, and Mr. Joseph Efiam Akpan, the present coordinator of the center. When we went there, we met many young students in Calabar, Austria. And they were learning, of course, all of them were better than us because they have the machines, the facilities, the teachers. And we had to beg them, please, you will come again more and more to teach us. We started with just 6 students. And we used many of St. Patrick's College students for the training in soap making then, in welding. But when we metamorphose, we grow in shape. In 2016, we had already got 55 students. In 2016, we had got 78 students, and out of which, after the exams, the students who graduated were altogether 52. In 2017, we had to break the program halfway in the year to go to Austria for training. But for that year, we were able to train 45. 2018, we trained quite over 80 students in this center and graduated them with certificates. Today, 2019, we are gathering for the second graduation. The first was in February, which was taken over from last year, or which split into last year and this year. But this is the main graduation for the year 2019. We are happy to tell you that the graduates are here. The new students to begin program from tomorrow are also here. Right now, for the last 2 years, we've been having problem of accommodation because the halls we have for training is not enough. The unit, which started with only sheet metal, today has grown and expanded into having many units. We have today the sheet metal unit, we have the mechanical unit, we have the electrical electronic unit, we have the computer and ICT unit, we have the acoustic unit. And happy to announce to you that in mechanics, and a teacher, a professional, an engineer in automobile has come along with John and Thomas. His name is Mr. Ayman, and he is going to teach us auto mechanics so that when car spoils in Calabar, you don't need to look for a professional place where the students themselves can work it and the teachers are there to work with them. You will simply come to HIFA-SPC Center. With that, we have grown beyond the 5 units we had last year. May I also tell you that when they came last year, they informed us, look, Father, teachers, the way you are going in speed and the number of students and how wonderful the students come out in their proficiency, how they are able to convince us within a very short time that they are smart in learning, and not only that, they are intelligent, but they are also wise and docile. We will include, and we would like you to work towards that. A major place which will help your people more, because in Cross River State we see a lot of forests, so we believe you have wood. Whatever you want to do with wood, we will teach you how to make good work out of your wood. So They are coming today with another teacher and a specialist in wood technology. And he's going to teach not only carpentry work, but he will teach us the basics of wood technology. Who is here by my left after Father Cochran? Put your hands together for him. Someone will ask, where are all these things happening? The place where Jesus was born was very small, and they call it Nazareth. But Nazareth was not very popular. But Jesus' birth made it very popular. When I was a student in St. Patrick's College in the 80s, where we are sitting today, we used to call it village, because educational activity used to take place in town, where the class block is and where the premier houses, especially the St. Patrick Missionary Society Father's house, is located. That was considered town, but this way was considered village, because if you are sent here, you are either going down for farm work, or there were some tools here, and so you are coming into doing. Here we used to have electrical, electronic, and then we used to have a sheet metal. There was a welding unit, so you are going to village to learn handwork. But you see, over time, I wish to lay emphasis to thank again the Archbishop of Calabar, who gave the mandate to the Catholic Schools Board to make sure the young ones are trained in entrepreneurship. And that it should not just stop with schools, but all the young people who are not able to go to school, and those ones who are already older in age, but who have gone to school, but they are not satisfied, they will want to have a second work for a living, something they can do to create a living, that the school board should encourage this. Thanks again to my predecessors. They did a good job. Thanks to Mrs. Josephine Oga, who recommended not only that if the Archbishop would like, they should not only leave me to be a teacher, they should push me into entrepreneurial and technological field. That she is convinced, alongside all members of the board, that I have the charism to do the work and the passion. However she saw it, but then we were asked to continue the work from one unit to the other and to the other and to the other. I recall the words of Monsignor Emmanuel Umaito. I am going to treat myself, and I pray I should come back with life. Father, make that place grow and make us proud. I know he will soon join us. When he comes again, I will simply tell him, Papa, thank you. I have made you proud. But it was not me. All the teachers, all the coordinator, and all co-workers, together, we made all of us proud. And we made this place what it is today. It has not reached its zenith, for this is still the starting point. When it reaches the sky, then we will know we have gone halfway. But then, we will assume we will be bouncing towards the height. But as we have come today, let us thank God for all that he has done, and many more he will do. May I conclude by saying that we are hoping before December to create a place for not only the woodwork unit, which will become one of the halls of the new block, through the encouragement HIFA-Austria gave us and the approval of the Archbishop to rally around to see where we can raise a little money. We've been able to take the new building, to be able to accommodate more students, to create a unit for computer and ICT as an additional, because we always have more students there, and to create offices for staff and a staff room. By next year, when we gather like this for another celebration of graduation and inauguration of the new students, we will not need to sit outside or in the hot sun. We will stay in the Hall of Fame. We will put there the Archbishop and the Holy Father's picture. And not forgetting, we will put also the photograph of the founder of HIFA. That, if we do, we will feel very satisfied. That the name of Adolf Pastor is remembered again and again and again. Once again, thank you to all of you. Thank you, the media crew, for being here, the Catholic media and NTA. Thanks to all our visitors, invitees, and thanks to the Ministry of Education and all other friends. May God bless your coming. Once again, welcome. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, through the permission and approval of the Archbishop, I declare this occasion open. Thank you.
Welcome address on occasion of graduation ceremony of students at HIFA-Austria Skills Aviation Center, Ecot Answer, Calabar, on this 1st July 2019. You are all welcome to this graduation ceremony of students of HIFA-Austria Skill Acquisition Center. The Catholic Diocese of Calabar, in collaboration with HIFA-Austria, has established this Skills Acquisition Center to train young people free of charge, not minding any political, ethnic, or religious background. The aim is to help young people acquire skills that will enable them have better living in the society in the following units: mechanics, electrical electronics, metal and welding, computer/information technology, acoustic, and woodwork. So far, a total of 105 students had graduated from the various units in the center. Many of them are doing well in the society today. For instance, the present acoustic teacher is an old student from this center. Today, 1st July 2019, we are witnessing in all the 7th batch of students graduating in this center. 20 students from computer unit, 8 students from electrical electronic units, 5 students from acoustic units, and 2 students from sheet metal unit. It takes 3 consecutive months to be trained in acoustic unit, electrical electronic, and computer units, while in other units, the duration is 1 year, with 9 months practical activities from Monday to Friday between 8 in the morning to 4 p.m. weekly, and 3 months of holidays. We acknowledge our sponsors and friends from Austria, Professor Uwe Krajos, Master John Schill, the Beloved, Mr. Thomas Tulik, Mr. Richard Harrat, and Mr. Pittner, who have played a sacrificial role for this training center to be a reality. We warmly appreciate the Archdiocese of Calabar for its significant support to the center. We also thank Monsignor Emmanuel Umoituk, the Catholic Education Secretary, Reverend Father Dominic Umo, and our teachers, who have played a vital role to ensuring the success of the center. However, there are some challenges we face at the center. The need for more classroom and administrative blocks, insufficient studying materials, tools and equipment, and empowerment of our graduated students with tools and equipment. HIFA-Austria Skills Acquisition Center is making a remarkable growth. Howbeit, there is need for the challenges to be met promptly. So we humbly call for more sponsors from government and others, for more support to make the center achieve its purpose. We also wish you all safe journey back to your destination at the end of this ceremony. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Basi Sonny Ogono. I'm a Perseverian I graduated from Electrical Electronics Department. What I have with me is the electrical aspect. It's what I have on my hand is a way of connecting light to the building from the source. This is all you need for a light to be on in your apartment.
Good morning all. My name is Prince Michael Ena. I'm from Perseverian. Probably I graduated from the electrical department. Okay, and what I'm having here is an LDR circuit with that is called, let me just say, it's a street light controlled by an LDR electrical electronic component. Although later after my friend here, I'm going to test it so you all see what I'm talking about. Thank you.
What I'm holding here is a fire alarm. I'm a student of electrical and electronic units. I'm advanced student.
I want to test this component I'm holding, but what the socket presented to me does not have the size of plug. This is 13 amps plug. This is 13 amps plug, and what I have here is 15 amps extension. So I want to devise a means of making it to still work as an engineer. This is called a fuse. Without this, there will be no light in your apartment from the source. This is called a switch, a circuit breaker. It has a fuse inside of it. In case of fire outbreak, it can easily trip off. And the fuse inside of it, while it trips off, the fuse inside of it will cut, like it won't work, for safety. (13 amps plug). Sorry, 13 amp socket. This is 15 amp socket, and this is a switch, a one-way switch, a two-way switch, and one-way. Now, in case you're in the room and you want this bulb to be on, assuming this is beside your bed and this is on the staircase down or outside the room, you can easily, comfortably in your room operate these both bulbs. Either you on it or switch it off stresslessly. This can on it from the room, and this can equally off from the staircase. Thank you.
Please clap for them, clap for them.
The street light that we all know, controlled by an LDR. But here, what I'm having here is a variable resistor. Here is a transistor, here is at the LDR itself, the LDR component. I'm having a resistor here and LDR, my diode here. So what this variable resistor does is increases and decreases the intensity of this street light, while the transistor here is the main component, not just like the main, but it's actually it's acting like a switch actually. While the LDR here, it's the one receiving the darkness or the light. Like the way the place is bright now, if I test it, you will not see anything unless the LDR, when it senses darkness, then it will now produce it. Like that's what we now have as street lights everywhere. Here I've put in my battery, and you all see the light is off because the LDR here senses light everywhere, so the thing will not on. The place is really bright. That is why the LDR is producing. Look at. The light is off, covering my LDR. It's
Good job. Clap for them.
Here is a fire alarm. One thing is easily found in our houses, place of work, offices, and etc. The fire alarm here is to help us to notify us about the fire outbreak in our houses or offices. Yeah, this fire alarm is made up of different components. We have the thermistor, the transistor, the variable resistor, and also our battery source to make this fire alarm work. I'm going to use this lattice. I'm going to use the lighter here as the fire outbreak. That is my work. The fire was on. So you notify everyone around that there is a fire outbreak for safety reasons. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please clap for them. 2 years ago, I was at Stella Maris. No, when you get Stella Maris minor seminary in Uyanga, when you enter that school, down to the chapel, you see from the entrance and the side door. From the entrance and again the side door, there was nothing like step. Now, one day, I said to myself, I've been in seminary for good 4 years. Why can't I create something? I went to the rector and I discussed with the rector. Father, please, I want to put the step. He called me, Ezekiel. Are you sure you will be able to do it? I said, yes, Father. You know, many of these things, you need to learn to practice them on your own before putting it to the wall. What I did there, I did not just show to them that we seminarians in the seminary were just there to learn, I mean to read Bible, but again, to have something practical. I make the step. After creating the step, the priest came back and looked at it and said, did you call any of the medicine man? I said, no, Father. I did it on my own. He clapped for me. Look at what they are doing today. You can as well do it.
I'm on Ogon Nayokori. I'm a student from acoustic unit. This is our works. All these speakers that you are seeing here the full-range surround speaker, and this is a feedback speaker. We have sub, we have what we call mid-range, we have a quadraphonic, we have a triphonic speakers as one and other ones. So in working this speaker, we use, first of all, before building a speaker, you have to have in mind the kind of speaker you want to build, how you want it to look like, before you look for the materials and the components to use. Buy the wood, we buy these woofers, the air hose, the tweeter, the handle, the crossover network, the stud, the vinite, the screw nuts, and the net itself. So building a speaker like this, you first of all take your dimension by taking the front first. In the standard version of a speaker, a full-range surround speaker, you take the front space as 18 inches. Secondly, you take the dimension of the back, 1 feet. Thirdly, you take the dimension of the sides, that is 16 inches or 17 inches, depending on how you want it to look like, or how you want the wideness to look like. That's how we started. Then, we first of all put the back, glue it with the sides by using white gum, which some people call it dog gum. We use it to glue to put at the edge of the wood, to glue the one side of it and then the back. After that, you do the same thing with this side. Then you take your dimension before widening the face. Then, but for the first time, before you put those two sides and the back, you have to use the side of it and measure the tip of this front, where you want the front space to stay. You can use your 1 inch or 1.5 as the case may be, or you use the tip of the wood to put the line where you put the front. Then after that, you can gum the two sides. You cut your air hose, the tweeter spaces, the woofer spaces as well. Then you fix the front inside and nail it. After that, you allow it to dry. After it have dried, then you use the top. You use this wood like this and measure the bottom and the top where you cut. After cutting, you also put the white gum inside this tip and glue it also. Then after that, you file it. After filing, you allow it for some time to dry. After that, after it have dried, then you cover it with your vinite by using a epoxy gum to put inside of the speaker. Also put at the wood, that is the speaker box itself. Then you cover it with your vinite. Then finally, you measure your tweeter, your net space, and also cover it. That's why you are looking at it like this. It's called the speaker, a speaker, and the speaker itself is an electromechanical transducer that converts electrical signal into audible waves and sound. That's why you are hearing everybody gathered here. Thank you.
Mostly used in churches and in stages for monitoring. It's a feedback speaker. It gives back a feedback sound to the person on the stage. Here, how this speaker was produced is, we had a particular design in mind, which is the most important thing. You have to have a particular design in mind, have a particular size. you want the speaker to be, then before you can carry out your marking, take all necessary dimensions, cut the speaker, and put it back, and join the various pieces to get this.
This is the sheet metal unit, and we are very creative. We use metal to do different things, like the watering can here. We use metal, sheet metal. We fold it before constructing it, and then we have sifter and we have jug. We have so many things to exhibit. We have this is bed feeders, and we also have bucket, iron bucket, you can see, made by us. We have good zinc pan, roofing sheet, made by sheet metal with good qualities material. We also have extraordinary things made by us, and we pray to do better than this. And also, we have the wheelchair here, constructed by the sheet metal unit. We want talented youth that will come here and do something different, something new and better than the one we have been doing. This is the one we did this year. We pray to do better than this. Thank you.
As my colleague has said so far, this is designed with a sheet metal, but have been constructed with a good iron that can use to lift anything to anywhere. This was the first work done, but the real work will be shown to you later. So we also have something like this. You can use it to bake your cake or otherwise. And I guess the rest my colleague has shown you. Then more will be shown to you by the mechanical department. Thank you.
Good morning, members of the high table. Good morning, everyone present here. My name is Mr. Brian Ansa, and my colleagues are here too. What's your names?
My name is Basimondi.
My name is Isaac.
Aban Justina.
We are graduating students from computer units. First and foremost, I want to let us understand that with the emergence of ICT, it has been very easy for one to get information everywhere, all over the world. Before the emergence of ICT, it was very difficult for people to get information. But now, even here, whatever, maybe you want to buy something, you can stay here, use your phone, click on whichever application which you want, and you make your order, and it's very easy, and then they bring whatever that you request for. So that is the importance of ICT so far. For the period of 3 months which we have been here, we have learned so much in the computer units. First and foremost, we have learned about Microsoft Word. Microsoft Word is an application program which enables the user of a computer to type, edit, and do graphic designs. This Microsoft Word does not come with a computer system. If you own a computer now, you need to install this application into the system before you are able to use it. So we have done so much. We have typed in this environment, Microsoft Word. Most of the things we do are in soft copy. We were unable to print them out. We were thinking that there will be a venue for our visitors to go into our unit to see our work in the projector, because we have a projector that we didn't make provision to bring it out here. And also we have also learned about Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is an application program that is used for recording and analyzing a mathematical or a numerical data. this is made possible that maybe you are a shop owner and then you want to keep records of whatever you have been able to sell or buy in a period of maybe 1 month, maybe a week or thereabouts. With this application, you can create a record and then impute whatever you have buy for the period, the prices, how you want it to be sold, and at the end of the day, if you want to make changes, there is also how you can link from one sheet to the other, so that if you make changes in this particular sheet, it will also affect the other. So my colleague will also talk about other things which we have learned so far. Thank you.
Good morning all. This, as I said, my name is Basu. First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who are here to come and experience what we have been doing. I want to speak on CorelDRAW, especially CorelDRAW. CorelDRAW is an application software in which you use to design graphics, anything that you want, and design anything like flyers, calendars, anything that you wish to do. We use CorelDRAW to do so. So I want to welcome everyone that are here. This is HIFA. We say that you are welcome all. Amen.
Right. Good morning once again. My name is Isaac Arigo. I want to say what my colleague have said already about CorelDRAW. It's a graphic design, not only a graphic design, but for presentations. So, CorelDRAW is something that we use in designing. It's an application software that is used in designing and presenting. To know, you can use a CorelDRAW to change your face to a cartoon, to design your face very well, to present it. So many countries prefer using CorelDRAW in their works. So without wasting much of our time, I say thank you.
Good day everyone, my name is Abank Justina, also from the computer unit. To talk about Microsoft PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint is an application software that is used for visual presentations. You can use it for any seminar, burial ceremony, anything to talk about when you want to talk about to present. From what everybody have said today, we say a very big thank you to HIFA. A Latin man say Gracia, an Igbo man say Dalu, an English man says thank you, a Yoruba man say Eshe, a Boki man say Asama, and the Calabar man says Soso. Long live HIFA SPC, long live St. Patrick's College, long live Archdiocese of Calabar, long live Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Clap for them. Clap for them.
Good morning, sirs. Good morning, everybody. Once again, my name is Ufon Abasekara, and my colleague here is
Samuel Esemiya.
So we are here on behalf of Mechanical Department. Great Mechanical Department. So we have, please all of you should come out because you guys have done wonderfully well and your work here is like wow. So just going to see you. So all these are my colleagues in the engineering department, mechanical. This is Samuel Young, this is Kelechi, this is Hope, this is Queen, this is Peter, this is Anthony, this is Evans, and Daniel, probably known as Boogie. So we are here to show the work we have done so far. So it was been a teamwork. So, like, I'm here to show you, all of us are aware of this, although this is a very big part of it, that they use in building house. They call it trowel, which the builder use in building house. And like a science student, we know they call it caliper. They use it for measurement. So, and those that used to go to farm garden, we call this hand fork. We use it for our car garden to do 1 or 2 work. And then we also call this hand shovel. We use it for our garden to do 1 or 2 work in the garden. So we also have machine. We call it central net machine. We use it to produce it bolt and nuts. We can design ourselves. That's most of our work. We don't go outside to buy bolts or nuts. We produce it ourselves and do our work so safe and sound. Most of us have door. We use this to put in our door and close. We produce this in our own way. So we also produce this different design with our machine, central net machine. We also have lid. We also have hinge we put in our door to enable us open our door. So we call this hinge. So for most of us here, they always like occasion, but no opener. We have opener for you, in case you need opener. We have produced opener. So also looking to this other side, this has been our work space. We also produce it in this department. So we also be able to produce rake. We know the use of rake and spade, but we also produce it in this department. So we also produce this very man. We call it, although it's not yet been finished, but the work is still ongoing. We have to show what we have done so far. With gas cooker, we are trying to make this so that, yeah. So that is it, just for us to connect everything so we can use it to cook as gas cooker. This one we use it like net, or those people that roast corn on the way, they use this. And this is called coal pot. You can put your charcoal and roast whatever you want to roast. Some people use it for cooking. This grinder is also produced by this great department. There's a sheet metal work I showed people the last time I was out here. This is the real work of it. It has been put to test and it carries loads very well without falling apart. People used to call it many people call it, as we always know, Chinese wheelbarrow. So this one, sometimes people used to, our colleague came and walking, they were laughing on saying this, I found this times of this. Okay, this was being the skeleton work that was buying to idea for us to produce this very man. So this is the very one that we use rampantly in our own towns here to do 1 or 2 million work. Then we also have this big drum here, they call it barbecue. Use it to use it to roast whatever you want to roast, like fish, fowl, any kind of animal at all I want to roast. So far we have been here, and by the grace of God we'll still be here, because I don't think any of us is going yet. We are still here to produce more and more. So please, my beloved ones, my sisters, if you are interested, you can always come. As I said earlier, it's as free as anything. So please just come and put your imagination into creativity. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Clap for them, clap for them.
At this special point, we come to the 8th item on our agenda today, and that is the presentation of certificates. We are very thankful to the teachers and the students for being so readily disposed to impart this knowledge and for being well disposed to assimilate. We can say with what we have seen that there has been teaching and learning activities or activity in this place for the period that is recorded. And we can truly say by what the students have exhibited that they merit the certificate we are going to give. They are not just here to learn, but at the end of every learning process, we put them to test, not only to produce practically what they have learned, but also to show by way of writing those things that they have put their hands to doing. Let me say something before this certificate is given out. This certificate is not given to people who do not merit. You could be here to learn with us. At the end of the day, when you have showed your ability through test and examination, and we tell you congratulations. You have done well for coming to class, but you are not qualified to get the certificate. So today they are around and they are also witnessing. We will tell them congrato, that is, you did well, but no certificate. But you could choose to stay back and learn again, because we don't want to have quack students from here, or quack graduates, who will go into the field, show people certificate, but they cannot do the work. We are happy today because we want to say to those who did well and who stood out and who merited, thank you. And then to this certificate, we are able and ready to swear for you that what you merit is what you get. And in future, if you need, we can recommend you for any employment in your respective field. Once again, to all those who did well to groom the students, thank you, dear teachers, and we hope you will do more and more for the coming students. Congratulations and God bless you. And this is how God does these things. We were praying and hoping that the board chairman will come back. But when I spoke with him, he was in US, I said, Chair, maybe you will be back before we graduate the student. He said, it is my wish and prayer, but Father, even if I'm not back, just go ahead. And this morning, news got to me that the chairman is back, and I cannot but welcome Professor Stephen Uche. Prof, welcome back. This is one man also that has shown me great encouragement even before I came into the school board. He loves students. He's a teacher. And he has passion about his work. He has been a seasoned and long-standing teacher in the University of Calabar. Providence made it that at the time he was called to serve as the chairman of Catholic Schools Board, I was also appointed to serve as executive secretary of Catholic Schools. Sure, I work with him in the office, but I am so blessed that I have many opportunities to learn from him. Today, there's no more learning from you, but standing to call you to perform some work for us, Prof, and I happily will do so, sir. I call on you humbly that you present the certificate for the graduates in computer information technology. The first person with a distinction who merits this certificate is Obo Gift David. Put your hands together for her. Obo Gift David. Put your hands together for her. This way, this way. Clap for her, please. Another with distinction in performance is Abang Justina Marcelina. Put your hands together for her. The English woman, even her dressing shows some seriousness. Clap for her. Another with distinction in computer ICT is Basimonde Okon. Put your hands together for him. Education is for all-round development, not only for academic or certificate. It is all-round. The way you dress, the way you look, how you respond to information, it shows how much you have learned. This time with upper credit is Ayebe Teresa Nkeno. Ayebe Teresa Nkeno. Is she here? If she's not here, we suspend and go to the next. Another computer information technology is Ekanem Andiyanga Effiong. Is she here? Put your hands together for her or for him. The man with a female name. Thank you, Canon. Yet another over Udofia and Ekan. You see here? We call on one of the youngest in that class. It may interest you to know that some of these ones, they are not in university, but they just choose to come here to be trained and equipped. Some are simply or have been in homes resting or simply helping out in the home. We are happy to have them and to bless this school with their readiness to learn. Let us call on Mr. Ukbong Samuel Kokete. He has upper credit in information technology. Put your hands together for him. Ukbong, welcome. And another with upper credit is Glory Peter Boniface. Put your hands together for her. Another with upper credit is Ojong Isaac Ntul. Put your hands together for him. Ojong Isaac Ntul, the corporate man all the time. We have credit, information technology, Ekoro John Peter. Put your hands together for him. We have another upper credit, Imam Michael Aqua. Imam Michael Aqua. Yet another with upper credit, we have Eno Edwin Edit. Eno Edwin Edit. Is she here? All right. Another with upper credit, in information technology, we have Elizabeth Mesomachi Adolphus. Elizabeth Adolphus Mesomachi. Put your hands together for her.
Look here, look here. Hello.
And we have some for credit. We have Anselm Asukwetam. Put your hands together for him. Also, we have someone with who merited credit in information technology, Odujo Prosper. You see here? Odujo Prosper. Okay, we keep his certificate on these ones who performed excellently, but we did not see them when we needed them last Friday. However, we will still call them to come for their certificate, but they will see the coordinator of the center after now. Esther Ebe Emori. Is she here? We have Isaac Aripo Eteng, distinction in information technology. We have Brian Okwa Ansa, distinction in information technology. And we have Etam Aruk Uswa, distinction in information technology. Etam Aruk Uswa. You see here? All right, the last but not the least in that class is one with a pass. Onyinyechi Job Okpeke, is she here? Put your hands together for her. Thank you, Chair. Permit me to permit our board chairman to please sit. For electronics, we cannot but say a big thank you to these young ones for the magnificent work they have done. They have not only proven that they can help Cross River State have better street light, but they have showed us that we do not need to stress ourselves to have so many switches in the house. On the bed, we can have just 2 or 3 points to switch lights in the house off or to on them when we feel we need to see what is going on. We thank them for their advancement in knowledge, and we thank the teachers. At this point, we cannot forget the effort and work of our outgone board chairman, who is still very actively involved in education matters. Always, our Lady Josephine Oga, as we invite her to please stand and present this certificate to the graduates. Thank you, ma'am. Here in this unit, we call on the first, with an upper credit, Oga Gabriel Godwin. Please, is he here? Oga Gabriel Godwin. Is he here? Please pull that thing off your ear. Are coming for a very serious business. Put your hands together for him. The next with upper credit is Enang Prince Will Michael. Is he here? Please put your hands together for him. Prince Will Michael. Next, we call on Abima Douglas Osung. He has credit in electrical electronic installation. Obima Douglas, is he here? All right, we have next Jolly Victor Osang. We have also credit in electrical installation. Mweke Emmanuel Chidebere, is he here? We have John Udwak, is he here? Electrical, electronic. And we have also credit in electrical, electronic installation, Aruku Blessing. Oh, put your hands together for her. All right. In this class also we have pass, but for Basi Sonny Obona. Put your hands together for him. Basi Sonny Obona. Clap, clap, clap for him. A very dear one on this special day, who has come all the way from Austria and promised, having done so well and will want to continue to do, and now he has said he will not want to go back. So we'll allow 1, 2, 3 to go. Only him will remain. We call on beloved Mr. John to please present this certificate to the graduates. Put your hands together for him. And Mr. Aaron Prince Will Akem, he has distinction in sheet metal. Please present certificate to him. He will present. He has upper credit, and he is Odu Daniel Peter, sheet metal. Is he here? So put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Prince, we are grateful. Please, Master John, kindly sit down. Thank you. At this point, because today is a very special day, and even though the former Commissioner of Education told me he will be readily unavailable because of some pressing engagement, but he had indicated all positive interest to be here, because once when we went to ask that the state government help us with a transformer for the college and this training center, he was very positive in his recommendation, and that was granted us by the State Electric Power Distribution Company. We are grateful today to say that we have at least one member of the board and also a director in the Ministry of Education. We are talking of the director of schools, no other person than Mrs. Charity Otogo, and we humbly request of her to present this certificate in acoustics, and of course, to encourage the young ones that they will not stop in producing the speakers, but they will accompany us all the way to let the whole world know that Cross River State is already producing sound system. I know our governor likes music and he likes dancing, so we will send him one of the speakers that will produce sound even in his office. Thank you very much. The first in this class with credit is Joseph Matthew Okon. Is he here? Put your hands together for him. It is Agbo Emmanuel Odum. Is he here? A third with upper credit is in acoustic and sound department is Simon Ogonaya Okorie, the man who produced the speaker and was here addressing us. Put your hands together for him. We have another with credit score in the same department. He is Silas Emmanuel. Put your hands together for him. You see here, the list to be awarded this certificate in that department is Savior Sylvester. Please put your hands together for him. You see here? All right. At this point, we wish to say a big thank you to Mrs. Otogo, and we humbly request, please, that she should sit. They who stood out excellently in their performance, and we have seen the wheelchair, we have seen the wheelbarrow, we have seen also the speakers, and of course we have seen the cooker. I want to say, we only taught these ones the formula, we taught them this, we gave them the skeleton. But before we could blink our eyes, they were already adding the flesh. So they are fast learners. They are what we call the extraordinary student. They are powers of their different unit, because they are not only motivating in their ability to work, but they are motivators. I used the word of one of the students. He said, please, Father, Mr. Abbas is my mentor. And you can imagine, while in the same class, they are already mentoring others. Please put your hands together for them. This is why we have the honor to call on the first teacher and our first interpreter in this school, and the man who taught us all to use the motto, yes, we can. And today we call on him, telling him, yes, we can, Mr. Thomas Stulik, to please stand and present this certificate to the best students of the year. The first is Mr. Mfon Abasi Akarefio. The other name they give to him is Mr. Abbas. And a student told me he's a mentor. So mentor, best student of...
I will take that one. Okay.
The next best student of this year is Mr. Odu Daniel Peter. Put your hands together for him. He is the man you will find in virtually all the units. And in each unit, he has something to contribute. Put your hands together for him. Yes, I can. That's the word. And so, the third, unfortunately, I'm told, is not able to be here today because of his health. Mr. Aaron Prince Will Aiken. We will keep this certificate for him. But let it be on record that these are our three best students for this year. Put your hands together for them, and we are very grateful. Organ of the school to say, yes, we can. Again, yes, we can. Thank you very much. Put your hands together for me too.
Let's clap for Father. Good afternoon, once again. My name remains Mr. Brian Ansah. First of all, I want to thank the organizer of this program, most especially our brothers and our fathers from Austria. They have done so well to bring this program to our doorstep. I want to say that learning never ends. I happen to be a graduate of Library and Information Science, but that didn't stop me not to, because for now I don't have anything doing and I cannot just sit at home wasting my time without doing anything. I had to come and take this opportunity of learning here. First of all, I have learned in the acoustic departments. The last graduating year, I was among those. So I so much thank God of being a part of this program. This other time, I have been in the computer department. That means that even for those that have graduated now, if you still have interest in another department, you can go in and learn. You can go in and learn. So please, I have learned so much, and I want to say that I will use it to develop myself and also the people around me. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. My name still remains Simon Oganayokore from Acoustic Unit. So I want to say a very thank you to all the directors, the teachers, the students as well, and the organizer of this program. It has been a wonderful idea from coming all the way from where I am to come and learn and study in acoustic unit. It has not been an easy work coming here every day, leaving other things you're supposed to do, because this is what we have seen as something that will help us in future. Like if you look at this speaker, it's been produced by us. So me as a DJ, I have to come and learn in acoustic unit because I know when I produce this speaker, it will help me not to go and buy the speaker in elsewhere. So I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Apan. He has been a very wonderful father to all of us. He called us, he advised us, he tells us what to do and what not to do, and we obey them. Once again, I want to say a very big thank you to our loving and caring teacher, Mr. Jacob. He has been a very good brother to us. He always calls us together, advises us, tell us not to join the people who don't want to do anything in their life, but we should obey the school rules and regulation and what they ask us to do and not what to do. I want to say a very big thank you to everybody. Thank you, and God bless you all.
So distance can never be a barrier.
My name is Basi Sonny Obona, standing on the existing protocol. I want to sincerely appreciate the organizers of this program. You know, when I heard of it, I had to avail myself. First, I asked myself, which of the departments will contribute immensely to my CV as a young man? I'm a graduate of Soil Science, Faculty of Agri, University of Calabar. And then I did intro to engineering. What can I do to add value to my CV? I had to choose the electrical engineering department, and I thank God for the teacher we had or we have. He's the best. I don't know if there's any other department here who has such a teacher. We thank you, Mr. Kopa Yusuf. God bless you. I want to thank the team that made this work. We say thank you and God bless you.
So I want to thank all the brothers that come all the way from Austria to be here with us. We have heard much about them, and we're always happy as mechanical unit, always saying there will be people that will give you guys more knowledge on the automobile. I was like, wow, you should do and come so that at least my vehicle, I will not like take it to mechanic, but do it myself. First, I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. Akpan. He'll always be there. Anything you try doing your hand research, let me see, what is that? Let me see, what can you do this to come to pass? I say yes, like a wheelbarrow. And first of all, drive it out on the paper, carve it out. And my colleague was asking me, where do you have this idea from? I told him, in my sleep bed. He said, which one is your sleep bed? I tell him, if you sleep, all what you see, put your imagination into creativity. That is what happened. So I want to thank our father, Father Dominic. They have done so much. Anytime you come, you always say, my brother, make this thing move. Make this thing to be movable. Make this thing that will give you money. I was like, wow, how can I do this thing to move? How can I do this thing to give me money? Well, let's see. I want to thank all my colleagues in the mechanical department that have been there for us like a team. We always work like a team because mechanical department, one man cannot carry all the iron himself alone. I want to thank our honorable father in the department, no any other but Mr. Roll, the man that always stands for good work. The man always tell me, no, you are doing a different work. I will not accept. That's a different work. My brother, so all of us was like, anytime you start doing something bad, you say, my brother, you are doing a different work. We just say you are doing a different work. The man will just stand on who is talking that, all of us laugh and boon. So, Mr. Rowe, thank you very much. Mr. Pan, thank you very much. And Father Dominic, I want to say a very big thank you to you. You have been a kind of encouragement to us in the department. And we are ongoing, although nobody going out in our department this time around, but we are happy that we are that way so that we can give out the knowledge out to those that will come as new students with the old students that they have taught. We can also give them the wonderful skill we have learned so far. Thank you.
Is that this program is free of charge. For those of us that are here, you should always know that the only thing that will take you is your transportation. They will not pay for you. You pay yourself down, receive the lecture, then go back. That is all they have for you. So I made it known to each and every one of us this moment. The program is free. Please invite your brothers, invite your sisters, your uncles, your cousins. It is not too late, so that they also will come and learn. Please, thank you.
Good day once again, everybody. I am here to sing a special number titled Instrument of Peace. Lord,
Praise the Lord. Our Father, thank you. Our friends, all the graduates, I feel very proud of the organizers of this program for having thoughts, because I want to believe that it is God that giving you people the love for the youth, to grow our youth. This is, I have to use it, this is where I come from, this is my town. So for you people to bring a program like this, to develop the people in the town, and I think it's a very good thing. I want to pray that God should give you the grace, the enablement to continue to do more of your work. And secondly, on behalf of my church, the Covenanted Christian Global Ministry, from our GO, you have trained 2 of our members. In fact, I am an IT person. When we had a test run with them, and I was like, I think you have good teachers here. I think one of them is here, and one is around. Please stand up, let me see. Stand up. Hello, Auntie. Stand when I'm talking. So that's one of them. And Ayuk, I think she's either busy with the services here. So we are very glad. We are happy that things like this is happening, is going on. I'm short of words to express from all of us. That's why I was choosing to come here and say a big thank you to all of you who have, put this together to train free of charge. I mean, you know how things are in this country. If you don't know someone, in fact, they'll tell you because you don't go to SPC or because you're not belonging to a particular church or organization. But this invitation came to us. We needed to choose few persons to come. And you welcome them, you teach them for us. Not to develop you, but to develop them as a person. I think it's a good development. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. I like to talk. I wish I can talk more. But in our hearts, we are happy. We pray that God should give you the strength to continue to do this. In Jesus' name.
Let me first appreciate our brothers who came all the way from Austria to help run this program for us. And of course, we have support members here. Our pioneer board member, Lady Oga Charity is here, and of course, the Executive Secretary and Ms. Sundeb. It's a great privilege. Me, all my life, for the past 44 years, I've been a teacher, and I continue to teach. So, and I'm very excited to see among the graduates some persons who've already graduated and they already own, or they already have acquired university degrees. They did, and after their graduation, no employment, and they saw this privilege, and they seized it immediately. And as one of them said, when you talk about knowledge acquisition, there's no beginning, there is no end. You keep on acquiring and acquiring, and one day, 1 minute, 1 hour, you find an opportunity for you to apply that knowledge. And in fact, I'm thinking of even coming to participate in this program when I retire by next year. I plan to come and be part of this because what the students have done here is wonderful. Are you talking about those who can put together a loudspeaker? I've already told Farah that I might need to invite them or bring our loudspeakers from St. Paul's Parish. We have so many of them that are broken down. And I never knew that we have people within this locality who can fix such problems. So I want to congratulate you again for the good work you've done and to advise that you never give up. Keep on struggling. Keep on knocking on doors. If you knock on one door and it fails to open, don't stop. Never be discouraged. Keep on trying and trying eventually God will lead you to the right place. You have many years ahead of you, and make the best of it. And my prayer to God is that with all you've acquired in the course of going through this training, God will lead you to do something very, very special for yourselves, for your community, for the church, and also for Nigeria and humanity in general. Thank you very much.
First of all, I want to say it's a great honor and pleasure for us to be here. We feel very, very warm welcome and enjoy the kindness of the people. We want to congratulate all the graduates. Very well done. The rising number of students in this facility proves us right. We are impressed by the improvement of the facilities that happened over the years here, and we want to help and support that. We want to provide a plan and system to teach practically and theoretically. It's a dual education system we bring from Austria, which is in a similar form able here. But not at least, as the practical skills, it can bring joy to be able to act and create. That even makes our lives easier and better, building up perhaps the whole country. Take the responsibility for a future in unity, in a healthy environment. We brought a lot of donations made by students in Austria and private companies that help establish this new system here and the new workshops we want to open up. Together, with your support, we'll do that, because together we have the power. Yes, we can. May God bless all of us.
Love students, love peoples. I come the first 2015 here in SPC, and my English was not perfect, and we help Mr. Thomas when speaking. I working here 3 weeks and reborn the sheet metal, and I go now home and ask to Father Dominic, Father, this is my babe, and I come back, I will say, my babe can stand up. The next year I coming, my babe can stand up and can go. And I coming, and my babe can running. I see your all beautiful works. I'm very, very happy. Thank you. Yes, you can.
Having been sent to work in St. Patrick's College, I've been opportune to be part of this center. I think we can always thank God for the privilege and for the opportunity. We are supposed to advise you. What I will say, as they say, that action speaks louder than words. What we have seen here displayed, what we have observed for me, are enough to advise each and every one of us. So I will encourage all of you to spread the good news, invite others, and take part. I'm sure you will live better than you may have come, or may have experienced, or may have seen one thing or the other. But on our own part, we ensure that we maintain a serene environment conducive atmosphere for you to study and take part. As you know, it is our duty to keep you here, working hard to ensure that we keep the compound tidy, clean, conducive, peaceful for you to acquire this skill. So when you also come, try to imbibe this culture of cleanliness, orderliness, calmness, peaceful nature, because it's not just about getting something into your head. Form your entire person, imbibe the culture, and spread the culture. Once again, thank you, and God bless everyone.
I just looked at Austria where it is in relation to the location of Nigeria, in relation to the location of St. Patrick College, Calabar. I said, wow, heaven has come down to Calabar. Yes. Thank you very much. The Commissioner for Education, Ogol Godmineta, is no more the commissioner. The ESCO of Cross River State was dissolved. But then, at the background, we can't forget history, because he's been very interested in educational affairs, especially the one of St. Patrick that is of his own faith, the church. He is a Catholic by faith. I am a Catholic woman, and anything that has to do with the Catholic faith, I take keen interest in it. That's why, in spite of the fact that we had so much to do in the office, Minister of Education, this morning, I had to honor this invitation. So the word of advice I have for you, graduates, those already in the program and those that will come, is that you should advertise yourselves. If nobody sees you, if nobody feels your light, shine it out as much as you can so that the world will see you. Advertise yourselves. I am happy at the testimonies of those who have tested these goodies. Please, take the testimony to be an advert. Practice what you have said here, even out there, so that you bring more youth to enjoy this program. I want to thank the Catholic Church, because I have heard the advertisement in churches, in parishes, free of charge. The program itself, free of charge. Everything is free of charge. Does it happen these days in Nigeria? No, but here we are, enjoying this type of thing. So, always endeavor to inform the Ministry of Education of your programs in case you want to add some academics in your scheme of work. The Ministry of Education will readily give professionals that can maybe fine-tune the theoretical aspect of some of the subjects you need to improve on the areas you are studying here. The ministry will do that. Yes. So congratulations, the graduates, and welcome those who are interested in this program. Advertise together, and yes, we can.
A very big thank you for organizing this kind of event for us.
Stephen Uche is my name.
You are the chairman.
I'm the board chairman. Yeah, it's a very wonderful thing. But you know, as Christians, we always do whatever we want to do in the love of Christ. Money is not terribly important to the Catholic Church and to most other churches. So I'm very, very happy for the graduates. They've come here to acquire new skills. They didn't have to pay for it. And what they demonstrated here is very, 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 very exciting. I thank God for them.
Well, I'm in Zeugswetter, and I come from Austria and visit Nigeria to help and support the people to help themselves. And, well, they could provide then better lives all around the region, and hopefully
the good news spreads all over the country, and education is important, and the dual education system with practical works and theoretical knowledge is a very important and effective way of learning. I see it's a very good form of teaching. It's effective, it's fast, they are all motivated, and I think it's a good way. I'm glad to be able to teach teachers who will teach more and practically and theoretically. My work will be there in the auto garage. The infrastructure has to be done, and then a little plan of what to teach in the first steps about car mechanics, how does an engine work, how does brakes work, the most important things. First theoretically, and then with the car lift that we will install tomorrow, we lift up any car we have here in school to check the brakes, to check suspension and steering and stuff like this. This will be my work to do. And my plan is that some of the very engaged teachers will do my work when I'm not here, and I will bring stuff next year and the years on, and just to be able to grow that school.
This is HIFA SPC Skill Acquisition Center, where we train young people on how to acquire skills and make a better living in the society. I am the center coordinator for this program, and we are very happy that we are making a progress. Year after year, we graduate students, and they are becoming useful in the society today. Like I keep saying, if you can remember when I was making my speech, I said, or my address, I said the present acoustic teacher in the center had been a student of this very center. And that shows that we are building people. Many of them sometimes met me outside and would say to me, we are doing well in where we are finding ourselves today. And that brings me joy that this center is really improving. And it's a free program, just like we have said again and again. And we really request that government can come to our aid too. Because one of the challenges we have is after we train these young ones, especially in the engineering unit, we need to empower them so that the dream they have will always come to pass. So our high request to government is please help us to empower these young ones so that their living in the society will be meaningful. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, you are right. Yes, we have a monitoring team. Like we have said, our friends from Austria, time and again, they will come to see how far we are improving, how far we are really building up from where they stop when they leave, how the students are benefiting. Even the Catholic Archdiocese itself is also showing great interest on monitoring that what we are doing here is not just in vain, that the students that we train really gain the benefit of their improvement in the society. So there is a monitoring team over this.
I am Reverend Father Dominic Umor. The appropriate designation is I'm a Reverend Father. God built so many talents inside me, and so you see them manifest in different angles. But they wouldn't have ever been manifested if I was not given opportunity. So many thanks to my Archbishop and the Archdiocese of Calabar. And also I want to say a big thank you to the team of friends we've been working with over the years, especially to HIFA-Austria, but not forgetting the foundation teachers I met in St. Patrick's College in 2010, when I became principal of the college. And I really want to say just let me mention two. Mr. Joseph Akpan, who is still working with me presently, is the center coordinator. He is a very dependable friend and a man you can count on at any time. And let me say also to Mrs. Bisson, who was there. We were very many, but along the way, some had to fell off, some on transfer, other ones had to look for greener pastures. But these two are still within the school and they are still working. Big thank you to Professor Uwe Cross and for coming here every year and organizing teams of friends to come. I want to say also to Mr. John Shield and also Mr. Thomas Tulik, Harald Reichert, and who's unable to come this time, but others are here. They are great people, and they've brought two new, and Mr. Amin and Mr. John, to help us in 2 new areas. As I said earlier, I want to say that I'm very grateful to be a teacher. My designation truly, like I said, is being a priest. But being a priest can open you to being so many things to many people. Like St. Paul said in the scripture, I became everything to every person to be able to bring Christ to them. And so the society today needs men with competency in various fields of life. Yeah, I only studied entrepreneurship, apart from the normal theology of the church and philosophy, psychology, but it has paid off that I had engaged myself in many other fields to be able to help the young peoples, not only in the church, which is my primary constituency or my confine, but also in the society at large. You can see many of these young men. I can tell you that 2/3 of those who come in to benefit from the training are not Catholics. They are gotten from everywhere you can think of, different churches along the street. Some of them, when I meet them, I see them like street boys, and I encourage them to come here. They are transformed before they leave. And so it takes nothing to help someone to grow, but it takes love and passion, and we have love and passion. We don't have money to expand this place. Like the center coordinator said, we really plead and we wish the government to step in, partner with us to help the young ones. These are all Cross-Riverians and Nigerians, and they could become better people, and they become great people if the government think in this dimension. We are not envisaging, or we are not anticipating and praying that government should see from us and create a center of their own. We mean they should partner with us, because here we have people on ground to monitor what is being done, and we can see this is the work or product of barely 8 years, not less than 7. But we can see the number of people produced so far, and we can see the students in what they've been able to do with themselves. We trust if a little is added to our effort, much yield will be seen.
After graduating, I didn't have anything to do. When I heard of this program, I had to avail myself for this opportunity to come and learn, because there is saying that learning never ends.
Without somebody telling me, I can just look at a sheet, a metal like this, and just think about forming something. Like right now, I'm thinking of forming a robot, just make things happen, so that people will just see, like, wow, somebody did this from this Nigeria.
Producing this now, we can also put the economics in the way of financial support to me and the field.
Because I'll be able to move forward in the computer unit and ICT.
If you need speaker, you can also contact us or contact me. I will build a speaker in a way that when you look at it and when you project it, the sound will be very nice for your hearing.
My name is Odu Daniel Peter. My department is sheet metal, and being in sheet metal was not my desire. I came for computer, but when I came, it was full. There was no space for me, and I just said, okay, let me hang up in sheet metal. But all of a sudden, I started noticing that there was passion, and I started creating new things. The first one I did was a metal gun, and they were like, it's good. It's different from what they were teaching us. They were teaching us things like buckets, iron buckets, sifter, bed feeders. But when I came, I did gun. They say, it's good, but do something different. And I did bicycle. They say, wow, can you do the bigger one? I say, yes. And my colleague did wheelbarrow. From then we started doing those big wheelbarrow.
My name is Fona Basekara. I'm a student in the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So I heard of this
events, the skill acquisition organized by the Catholic Church Board. We are enrolled into the mechanical department by the grace of God. What they really teach more then, I went to go meet them, was all about machine work. I was like, and wait until everybody was machine work every day. Do metal I was like, okay, but it's good to learn how to do nut and bolt and design other shape with iron. So later we now bring in our own idea. I used to tell my guys I have my own inspiration from my own sleep bed. If I sleep and wake up, every inspiration I have, I put it into creativity. So the first one I was like, imagine how to create this shift. We call it hinge. They put in the door. I was like, okay, let me see how to do it. You do it, the thing comes to work, and the now said show them the dimension. I was like, I start showing them. Before then we know we did an opener. The man in charge, Mr. Ru, give us the dimension for it. We did the opener and it works. It opens very well.
My name is Hogan Ekpeyo. I'm representing the Christian, the Covenanted Christian Global Ministry, we call the FANA. Yeah, they take for the program. Firstly, when you empower the youth, you empower the nation. When you build the youth, the young ones, definitely you're about to have a very good society. So for the HIFA, I think they have done very well. True, with no support from the government, and they have brought a very good development, skills acquisition for the youth. I think they have done very well. I'm impressed.
Thank you very much. But before we leave, what's your advice to others who have this in mind and they cannot actualize what they have?
Yes, of course, whatever thing you have in your mind, if you don't express it, whatever skill or love you have for anything, if you don't show it, it means it's as good as death. So I want to encourage everyone, every organization, not just the government, every organization to, copy from what the HIFA have done to our youth, because our society is what they need. Government cannot provide all, but when you train them to develop themselves, I think we'll have a better society. So I want to really encourage all organizations, both even if it's individual, you can start something in your local environment. For our young ones, we really need these things because we are really far behind. If we go to Aba, you see young ones doing work, they don't even care about government work. So if by so doing, a student testify he can build a sound system, of course, the global, you are moving.
The HIFA SPC Skills Acquisition Center, which has graduated more than 300 students since its inception in 2011, runs its program for 3 months to 1 year for different skills.